Welcome, everyone. I'm Crystal Garvin, and I am so excited you decided to join us to learn more about metabolic health this morning. We have a lot to cover, so without further ado, we're going to jump right in. And joining me to teach you how to reclaim optimal wellness in your life is my friend Tanya Cottrell.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our MetaPWR introduction webinar. You're going to learn a lot today. And what I'd like to do first, before we even start teaching you about these amazing products, is I want to share with you my initial experience with using them myself. So I'm not seeing the slide move yet, Crystal. I don't know if it's working on your end. There we go. So I'm wearing a continuous glucose monitor. I've been wearing this for, about, I don't remember, 15, 18 days. And I decided to do this for myself because I wanted to test this product out and get my own data that I could share with those that I'm teaching about this product. So I want to show you a little comparison. I wore this for 8 days before I started taking the product. So the first chart here is, let me explain what this means. And then the second one is after I started using MetaPWR. This is my blood glucose. Each of the pink bars is a day. And the 100, 200, and 300 is cumulatively in a day, how many minutes was my blood glucose spiking up higher out of the normal range. And so then if you have 1 spike, 2 spikes, 3 spikes, 4 spikes, the app adds it all together and gives you this little chart. So you can see the first 8 days, how much time I was spending each day, sometimes even over 300 minutes with my blood glucose spiking out of range. Then after I started using the product, I had kind of one bad day in there, a semi-bad day. And I can tell you, I know exactly what I was eating that day. And I was eating, I tried to eat just normally, but that was a particularly heavy day. I went to this breakfast buffet. Anyway, you can see a majority of them are much lower in how my blood glucose was spiking. If we could go to the next slide, I have a couple of examples of another little readout that my glucose monitor is giving me. The top two are examples of 2 different days from within that period of time when I was not using MetaPWR, just eating normally, normal activity. And if you look, you can kind of see there's a lot more jagged spikes. And you'll learn, we'll be talking about that today, why that's really bad to be going up and down, up and down. And you can see that on the readings at the bottom, like the upper right-hand square, look at that. My total spike time for that day was 5 hours and 20 minutes. And my average glucose level was 119. Another day, pre-MetaPWR, I was spiked for 4 hours, 53 minutes. My average was 116. And this was kind of what I was seeing generally day to day. Started using the MetaPWR, didn't change my eating necessarily. I just kind of eat how I normally eat. And these are examples of 2 of the days with MetaPWR, still a couple spikes, but not as many, not as much radical up and down. And then look at the time that I'm saying spike: 1 hour, 16 minutes, 1 hour, 27 minutes. My average daily, average glucose level for each day, 97 and 105. So these are just some examples of the radical difference that I'm seeing. I will tell you, I am feeling like I have a much better energy level. I have had less caffeine cravings. I have only had a tea a couple times this week, and normally I need a little caffeine boost in the morning. I am also noticing that I'm not craving sugar as much. I still have sugar here and there, a little bit. I've never been, I try to not eat a ton of it, but I have not completely abstained. But I've also noticed when I've had a treat that I get about halfway through and I'm like, I'm kind of done with this. So that's really new, because normally I am always struggling with those cravings. So I have, in the first 8 days of being on the product, my body has released 5 pounds. And that was a really pleasant surprise. Not everybody loses pounds right away. That's not the main point, but a lot of people do. Notice that as kind of a side benefit. And I know it has everything to do with my blood glucose. So some people will kind of go through an initial detox phase where they feel a little crummy before their body as it's shifting, and then they'll start to feel amazing. You might notice it in your skin. You might notice it in your weight. You might notice it just in your cognitive level. Anyway, we will talk more about that, but I just wanted to share my outtakes here from my own personal experience. So what is this? What is this MetaPWR? I hope I got your interest. Let's look at the 4 goals of this webinar. I'm going to tell you what we're going to cover today. I want to help you answer that question. Do you control your metabolism, or does your metabolism control you? We're going to talk about why we need a metabolic health awakening as a society. We're going to talk about the relationship between health span, biological aging, and metabolic health. And then we're going to give you the tools to slow biological aging and put more life into your years. Okay, so you probably have your handout. If you don't, that's okay, but there is a link to it in your email if you want to grab that later. But we're just going to look at these 6 categories. And I want you to look at, I meant to have mine beside me so I could point, but right across the top, you're going to see these 6 categories: energy, sleep, weight, clarity, mood, and stress. I want you to think about those categories in your life, and I want you to score yourself. Think of it as a scale from 1 to 10. If you give it a 1, it means this is a really important area to focus on improving. If you give it a 10, it means I feel great about this area. It's not really holding me back in anything right now. And then you can score it anywhere in between. Take a second and score each one: energy, sleep, weight, mental clarity, mood, and stress. And then I want you to think about, as we're moving through this webinar, what are your top 2 areas that you want to see improvement in? Consider those your priority areas as you're learning about what MetaPWR can do to help you. Okay, we'll just move on. There we go. So this is what we call the doTERRA Wellness Pyramid. It was created around the foundational health principles that are built on top of each other. And think of it as like a Jenga tower, like Jenga blocks. If you were to remove one out from the middle, the tower is going to collapse. It's very important that we build from the foundation up. And so that bottom layer is the nutrition and digestion. And then that second layer is movement and metabolism. And that's the layer we're going to focus on in this webinar. So this is not replacing your lifelong vitality supplements, your daily, nutrition, vitamins, nutrients. This is focusing on your metabolism, equally as important, builds on top of nutrition. doTERRA is about proactive, natural ways to address the root concerns of our health. So if you go to that proactive medical care, you're looking for temporary or superficial solutions. That's helpful at times, but it's not enough. We have to start at the foundation and support our body on the cellular level. So what is metabolic health? Good metabolic health means that your body can digest and absorb nutrients from food with healthy, stable levels of blood sugar, blood fat, and insulin. So if you think back to that pyramid, you've got nutrition on the bottom. That's important. You're taking in nutrition, but you need healthy metabolic health in order to digest and absorb those nutrients correctly. Fluctuations in your levels of your metabolic health are natural, but it's important to avoid big blood glucose spikes like you saw on those first charts that I showed you. Those can contribute to a lot of unfavorable long-term health issues. So the good news is that your metabolism can be optimized at any stage of life by attending to these 5 pillars. So the 5 pillars are healthy eating, daily movement, healthy connections, stress management, and smart supplementation. Smart supplementation is actually a really important pillar of these 5 pillars because focusing on that will help you double down on the benefits of the other pillars, granting you a greater return on your efforts. So what does optimal metabolic health look like for you? Is it more energy so that you can keep up with your kids or your social life? Is it more stamina throughout the day? Maybe you're ditching caffeine or you're curbing those sugar cravings or, chips or cracker cravings. Is it improved endurance during your workouts? Maybe a clearer mind so you can crush it at work, or maybe just better mood management. I mean, who doesn't want to look and feel great inside and out? I definitely do. So let's look at a really sobering statistic. Would you be surprised to learn that under 7% of US adults have optimal cardiometabolic health? So that means out of every 14 people you meet, only one of them has optimal metabolic health. 13 of them have suboptimal metabolic health. And here's the thing, they usually don't even realize it. So let me ask you about your own health. Do you know your biomarkers for your blood pressure? Do you know your blood sugar and your cholesterol biomarkers? What about your weight range? Are you in a healthy weight range? And then the other piece that's really important is family history, especially with cardiovascular health. These are just some health markers that were reviewed in a study of 55,000 US adults, and they can predict the future quality of your life and of your lifespan. So do you know people, just think about it for a second, have you seen people that look a lot younger than the number of birthday candles on their cake? Or maybe the opposite. You find out how old they are and you realize, oh, I thought they were a lot older than that. It's not just a phenomenon that occurs on the outside of the body in physical appearances. Different people can appear to be different ages on a cellular level too. It's known as biological age. Biological age is a measure of how young your cells appear based on how healthy they are or how they behave. Just as outward appearance doesn't always represent numerical age, cellular health doesn't always line up with it either. So the good news is when you take control of your metabolic health, you also slow the signs of biological aging and extend your health span. That's a word that we're going to be using. Your health span, how healthy you are up until that point of your lifespan ending. Don't just take my word for it. Some of the latest research from Harvard and other top tier organizations shows that metabolic health and biological age are completely inseparable. This metabolic function means that the younger you'll feel the younger your metabolic function is in your cells, the younger you're going to feel on the inside and appear on the outside. So to put it simply, if you can take control of your metabolic health now, you will control the rate that you age throughout your life. Metabolic advances are helping us live longer, but they're not always giving us the quality of life that we want. In fact, statistically, the last 8 years of our lifespan in America is spent with suboptimal health. And that means being dependent on others, being, maybe in pain, miserable, not able to enjoy living. Like 8 years. That is a long time. And I just have to kind of ask myself, is that how I want to feel in the extra years that I've gained in my lifespan? Because our healthcare system has allowed us to live longer, but I don't want to just live more years with suboptimal health. I want to extend that health span to match my years. Okay, so let's take a look at how MetaPWR can help us close the gap between lifespan and health span. Crystal's going to jump into this next slide here.
Yeah, that's right. There is a big difference between your lifespan and your potential for health span. Thank you, Tanya, for explaining that. And we do want to look at how to close that gap. So even for the average healthy person, aging markers begin to show up in your 20s. And by the time you reach 50, your body is producing about half the NAD plus it was when you were 20. If you've never heard of NAD plus, you're not alone. I hadn't either till about a month ago. But I want everyone to understand this now because it's so critical to our metabolic function and also the integrity of our DNA. So NAD plus is responsible for 2 types of reactions in the body: metabolic function, which converts food and nutrients into cellular energy, like Tanya described, and then also cellular integrity, which protects your cellular energy factors. So because NAD levels steadily fall as we age, there are important implications to our metabolic function. Then the negative effects on our DNA also snowball as NAD plus levels decline. So basically what that means is as you age, so does your metabolic function. That plays a huge role in your cellular wellness. And because your metabolism influences your weight, your body composition, your energy levels, even your cognitive performance, To close that gap between lifespan and health span, you must take control of your metabolic health. We have to overcome 4 main obstacles to our metabolic health. One is maturing fat cells, then cellular integrity, spikes in blood sugar, and then last is inferior supplements. So there are solutions for all 4 of these. And these metabolic health factors really affect your health span. And it makes it hard to achieve the energy levels, the vitality, the quality of life that's free from the things that we typically hear people experiencing with age. And we all want that improved quality of life, that health span to match our lifespan. And as we said earlier, doTERRA always seeks to address the root concern. So this new product system we've been hinting at, it fills the missing pieces in your wellness lifestyle plan. It's formulated with the intent to support naturally increasing NAD plus and NADH levels in your body. Also to help smooth out those spikes and dips in your normal range blood glucose levels by promoting healthy insulin activity and response and curbing cravings, as well as inhibiting fat cells from maturing. So this new product line does all of that. It's created to provide support for your body on a cellular level. So I want you to think about this for a moment. What would it feel like to live your most powerful life? And I know it feels kind of silly, but I just want you to close your eyes for a minute because I really want you to picture this as I ask you some questions. What if all the years of your life could be lived to their fullest? What does that look like for you? Picture waking up after a great night's sleep with low stress levels and the energy to do whatever you want. Your mind is clear, you're at your healthiest weight, and you can't help but smile as you look in the mirror, seeing the outside you matches how you feel on the inside. Okay, now open your eyes and say hello to the MetaPWR metabolic system. Meta for metabolic health and PWR for personal wellness realized or power. As Tanya mentioned, smart supplementation is how you can get a greater return on your healthy lifestyle choices. These natural products are powerful keys for unlocking your personal wellness. MetaPWR is a product system designed to help optimize your metabolic health with the power of pure essential oils fueling every aspect of the system. It's a key, crucial part. So you don't just want to live a long life, right? We've talked about that. You want to live a long, healthy life. And each product in MetaPWR is an answer to one of those 4 metabolic health obstacles that I talked about. As an entire product line, MetaPWR supports the metabolic function, powering your body effectively, slowing the signs of biological aging, and closing that gap between lifespan and health span. So next, we're going to break down the 3 key steps in the system. As I walk through the 3 steps, I'll share how MetaPWR combats each of the obstacles, starting with maturing fat cells. As you lose weight, you don't actually reduce the number of fat cells in your body. You're just burning that fat that's stored within each cell, and that does cause them to become smaller. But did you know upon reaching adulthood, the number of fat cells in the human body more or less stays the same? The cells can grow and shrink, and about 5 to 10% of them die each year, but then they're replaced. So the steps you take to restrict fat cell growth are what makes the biggest difference to your body fat percentage or your BMI. Fat cells grow when they retain droplets of fatty acids, usually because you're regularly consuming more food than you actually need. And if you look at these pictures, the piles of balloons represent adipose fat cells. In the first box, you see balloons that represent your fat cells before they're full of fatty acids. In the second box, that same pile of fat cells continued filling up. Look how much more space they take up, right? And the third box has the fat cells that are completely filled with fatty acids. But what if I told you there's a way you can slow the growth of your fat cells so they stay the smallest size and are less likely to inflate, like that third set of balloons? Well, there is a way. We all understand healthy food and beverage choices combined with regular physical activity can reduce the size of existing fat cells. The MetaPWR Metabolic Blend is uniquely formulated to curb hunger cravings between meals. And there's some really exciting unpublished preclinical research by Roseman University of Health Sciences on the new MetaPWR Essential Oil Blend. It shows that it may inhibit the maturation of new adipose fat cells and growth of existing fat cells as well. More confirming clinical research is still needed, but you can learn about this research in the course we're going to share with you later if you're interested in that. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Remember, your cells, including fat cells, do not live forever. By using any of the MetaPWR metabolic blend products daily, combined with natural cell death and turnover, we have the potential to maintain new fat cells at their smallest size. This is why the oil blend is such an important part of the MetaPWR system. It features clinically balanced ratios of our CPTG, certified pure tested grade, grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon bark essential oils. When all 5 of these oils are combined at the right ratios, something powerful happens. They may inhibit fat cell maturation or the likelihood of fat cells growing, and also help to curb cravings. Anyone else deal with cravings? This is going to support your overall metabolic health. There are 4 ways to enjoy the essential oil blend: the 15 milliliter bottle, beadlets, gum, and soft gels. Plus, this blend is in every product in the MetaPWR system. So some of you may have been familiar with the Slim and Sassy Essential Oil Metabolic Blend, and you may notice that MetaPWR contains the same 5 oils. However, doTERRA's scientists went back to the drawing board. They found an even more effective ratio of these same oils, which means we can use far less of the MetaPWR blend to get the same or even better results that we saw with Slim and Sassy. So here to share with us her results with Slim and Sassy, and then also with MetaPWR, is our friend and team member, Alicia Matisse. So we're going to bring her on.
Thanks so much for having me. You guys, I am living proof that Slim and Sassy worked, right? It took a lot of drops, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about, because it's super powerful testimony as to why MetaPWR is so much more potent. But this was over a course of several years that I was able to lose quite a bit of weight with Slim and Sassy. And it was one of my favorite things in doTERRA, as it really did help me in my journey. However, it took 25 drops a day, and it took over the course of, several years. That was a lot of drops. And I just didn't, I knew that I had some of the effects that other people were noticing, which was there was a lot of peppermint in it, and you kind of got this acid reflux kind of feeling with it. And so that is one of the biggest differences in the 2 blends, is the ratios of that. Okay, and so when they started talking about this next slide at convention, I was super excited. I couldn't help but share with everyone. So when they started talking about it, they started adding the new formula to adipose fat cells, and they noticed that the growth of the fat cells was actually almost no growth. So it was incredibly successful, as where you can see in the first slide up on the top that the Slim and Sassy did great. The formulation did great, and I'm living proof of that. But this new one is so much stronger. So normally looking at this, a lot of people say, well, that's cool, I don't understand it. And I didn't either. And we have a biochemist on our team, Dr. Sarah Burkhart, and I messaged her at convention that night. I said, Sarah, can you break down this slide for me? Because I need to know how to be able to put it in words on social media. And she said it. So this is her response was, it took a higher dose of Slim and Sassy to reduce fat cells compared to MetaPWR. MetaPWR is 16 times more powerful than Slim and Sassy when it comes to shrinking fat cells. And so that was the absolutely mind-blowing thing, 16 more times. And I actually asked her to break that down in drops for us. And she said it actually only takes about 2 drops to equal the 25 drops before. So normally we get to take, anywhere from, 2 to 10 a day and be totally fine with that. And what I'm noticing the most significance in this is that Slim and Sassy never did curb my cravings for anything. It did great at targeting the fat cells, but it really didn't help with the appetite suppressant part of that. And MetaPWR has hugely helped me in that way. And so I'm happy to report I have lost 7.2 pounds in the last 2 weeks on MetaPWR, and super, super grateful and thankful. I had so much inflammation. That picture on the left was at convention. I took a picture with my husband, and the picture on the right was just a few days ago. And I just can't even believe the picture on the right I took because I had asked one of my other team members to take a picture of herself because I was seeing results with her. I wasn't necessarily doing it for me. I was like, I might as well try too and see what it looks like. I was blown away when I took a picture that it was actually like there was actually significant proof that MetaPWR was actually working. So I know it'll work for you too. I'm super excited for you.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Alicia. And next, we're going to watch a little video about MetaPWR.
I knew I wanted to come in and see if I could come off of sugar. And I wanted to stretch my fasting window a little bit because that's something I had been incorporating as part of my release of the old. And so I was really happy with that, but all of the other things that came with it were unexpected, delightful surprises. The first product I tried within the system was the actual oil blend, just adding it to my water, and I loved the flavor profile of it. It's light, has that perfect amount of mint and citrus, and it actually is now my preferred oil to add to water. I've been living a foundation of wellness for years, and I think because I have a good baseline in place, I'm actually able to really detect the impact that a change is having in my body. And I was able to see that I was, without effort, doing a lot more throughout the day. So when I see that, I see my metabolic health working at a new level in my body, really. I think one of my favorite results through integrating these products was being able to kick sugar, because I can see how that had a grip on me. So I am so happy to be free of that. And I actually, let's see, as of today, I haven't had sugar in over 2 months. So I'm thrilled, and I've completely lost my taste for it. So we're done. We've broken up.
Okay, who wants to break up with sugar? That's me. So I'm on my way. I'm already feeling it. Okay, the second metabolic health obstacle that we talked about was blood sugar spikes. So let's get into that a little bit here. So think of this analogy. Think of your blood sugar, or think of your body as a car, I should say. Even normal range spikes and dips in your blood sugar can be hard on your body, contributing to poor cellular function. But most people naturally have post-meal blood glucose spikes, and some may also experience blood glucose dips if the wait between meals is too long. So if you think of your body as a car, I want you to think of those blood glucose spikes and dips like you're slamming on the brakes and then slamming on the accelerator and then slamming on the brakes and slamming on the accelerator. It's going to wear your car down more. It's going to wear down the seat belts. It's going to wear down your brake pads. It's going to wear down your tires, everything, rather than just driving smoothly. That is what it's like when we're having those blood glucose spikes and dips, spikes and dips. You're wearing out your cells more quickly. So the more you can smooth out the spikes and the dips in your blood glucose and in your insulin curves, the better. Like those graphs I showed you that my monitor was showing, they're always going to still be there, but they're smoothed out. There's not so many sharp points and dips happening. Doing so helps to optimize and sustain your energy levels throughout the day. So this product, as part of the system, is called MetaPWR Assist. It's a capsule, and it is a natural supplement formulated to help smooth out the curves in normal range blood sugar around meal times. This has really helped me with my numbers, this product in particular, I think. It is really important for helping us close that gap between our lifespan and our health span. We want to live longer and enjoy a maximum amount of life in those years, remember? So it all starts with taming down those spikes and leveling out those curves. Blood sugar levels are one of the most sufficient markers of health. These levels naturally fluctuate, but we want to avoid slamming on that accelerator and slamming on those brakes. So this capsule features mulberry leaf extract, which has been shown to reduce normal range post-meal blood sugar spikes by 42%. And that's when you take it before or with your meal. That is the mulberry working in that capsule. It also has berberine, which helps to regulate how the body uses sugar in the blood. When you take one MetaPWR Assist capsule, the mulberry leaf extract helps your body metabolize what you just ate slower. Of course, MetaPWR Assist is designed to be paired with a healthy whole food diet, but regardless of what you're eating, it's going to help. It's going to help. So when you combine that, when you combine taking this before you eat, and you're thinking about what you're eating, you're going to have the best results ever. And that, what a simple thing. I've just noticed, like, oh, I'm going to eat my dinner. I'll pop this capsule before I eat my dinner. So we're going to hear from another person who has, if we could go to the video, had amazing results.
So whenever I was first asked to try out MetaPWR, I honestly was kind of wondering, how much would it actually do for me, right? So I was already eating healthy. I already regulate exercise. I'm young and I'm on all of our oils, all of our supplements. I drink plenty of water. You know, I kind of felt like I checked all of the boxes. And as I started using them by like day 2, I was like, oh, I can tell a difference with this. I have really worked with my blood sugar my entire life. I rarely had an appetite. I was just really never very hungry, and I didn't really feel like eating. And this really affected my energy and mood. I would just really feel like I hit this wall of fatigue. So since I started using the MetaPWR products, the most life-changing aspect for me has been the stability in my blood sugar. This was, for me, a newfound freedom. I really noticed improved blood sugar stability on day 2 because I was hungry and I felt like eating, which was really rare for me, honestly. Having improved my appetite, I'm now able to eat more, which has given me even more energy and more stamina. Just the other day, I ran 6.5 miles, which is over double kind of the usual distance that I would do. And I didn't feel fatigued or hit that wall that I normally would have. It honestly felt like I was gliding. I felt stronger, and even at the end, I still felt energetic. I've called this rocket fuel because of all the sustained energy and stamina that it's given me.
Okay, so the third obstacle to metabolic health is cellular integrity. Let's look at that. For this next part, there are 2 key things we want you to understand about the relationship between aging and cellular integrity. First, collagen is the most important, abundant protein in the human body. Did you know you have 28 types of collagen in your body? Collagen is a key component of connective tissues that make up tendons, ligaments, skin, muscles, and more. Collagen gives your skin its elasticity and firmness, and it also supports lean muscle and connective tissues. Connective tissues give your body structure and strength. So the ligaments in your knee, for example, are composed of collagen. They allow your knee to bend, flex, and absorb shock. While collagen is something humans and animals do produce naturally, the natural production of it drops with age, starting again from around age 25. As you age, or simply because you have an active lifestyle, repeated stresses are put on your joints, muscles, tendons, and other connective tissues. Even gravity is constantly taking its toll on your collagen-containing tissues. Second, as I mentioned earlier, NADH and NAD+ are crucial for mitochondrial maintenance, especially related to metabolic function. They convert food into energy and offer protection to cellular energy factories. While your body does produce NAD+ and NADH naturally as well, production begins dropping dramatically around middle age and continues doing so until death. Without sufficient NAD+ levels in the body, your cells cannot generate the energy needed to survive and carry out their functions. There is new research, and there are many studies that show how we can better understand supplementation and support the production of NAD plus in the body, regardless of our age. So that's the good news. Preclinical studies suggest supplementing with NMN may increase NAD plus, leading to more youthful functioning of our cells and body systems. If you haven't heard of NMN either, once again, you're not alone. It stands for nicotinamide mononucleotide, and it is worth a bit of research if you love scientific studies. But let's jump into this. Here it is, the third step in the MetaPWR system. This combines the power of marine collagen, NMN, and 10 other synergistic ingredients to target cellular integrity and health span. It is a powerhouse. This product can replace vital collagen your tissues need and support natural production of NAD plus in your body. So this helps you slow the signs of aging inside and out. The 12 synergistic ingredients in MetaPWR Advantage give your cells what they need to support that cellular integrity. And the result is slower biological aging. You also will see firmer, more elastic skin, improved cognitive function, more lean muscle and connective tissue. And that's just to name a few of the benefits. I know many people experience increased energy almost immediately. Some, like Tanya mentioned, may go through kind of a detoxification period where they almost feel a slump as their body adjusts, and then they start to feel that increased energy. MetaPWR Advantage is a game-changing powdered supplement. You mix it with water in a shaker bottle or a glass, and you can use it daily to slow signs of biological aging and also to extend your health span, regardless of how old you are. Nothing out there even compares to it. So let's hear another testimonial, this one from Dr. Ashley Anderson.
One of the first things I noticed was an increase in my mental clarity. As a single mom with 2 kids running a medical practice, brain fog is a real thing, and it's really difficult sometimes for me to switch gears in between patients and wearing my mom hat. And that's one of the big things that I have noticed during the time I've been on MetaPWR. That energy, that clarity and focus is sustained. 2 to 3 weeks in, people started making comments about my skin, like, your skin is glowing. I walked into this event and the teacher was like, "You're glowing today, Dr. Anderson." And I was like, MetaPWR. But those are the things that I just didn't expect to happen. I feel like I've been fighting to get under the 200-pound marker for the last 3 years. I've played college basketball, I competed in pageants and fitness competitions, so I've seen my body in tip-top shape. I was kind of getting to the point where I thought, this is the new mom body. You're just going to have to live with it. You're not going to see those days again. You will never have an ab muscle again. In the first 30 days, I was able to release 14 pounds and got under the 200 mark, which I have not seen in 5 years. Feeling the energy, feeling the mental clarity, seeing the shift in the body, game changer.
Okay, so some of you are already using a collagen replacement. I was dabbling in collagen replacement. However, a lot of what we've read about the best collagen available is honestly just good marketing. So doTERRA doesn't spend loads of money on marketing. They spend their energy sourcing the best, purest ingredients available, as well as the best science to effectively deliver those ingredients to your cells. So let me give you the highlights for why collagen in MetaPWR Advantage is superior to anything else you have tried. First, it's 12 times more absorbable or bioavailable than other collagen products, which is amazing. When supplementing with collagen, bioavailability is important to consider. It's really important to consider, actually. So when a supplement or a nutrient is easily absorbed and used in our body, it's considered bioavailable. The number of grams you read on the label isn't necessarily what determines how much collagen your cells will receive from a product after you take it. Bioavailability factors in. So that means if you were to give someone a regular collagen bottle that, say, you might find on Amazon and compare the milligram levels, you'll absorb approximately 12 times more into your cells with the MetaPWR advantage than the product from Amazon. Second, most collagen replacing products only feature 1 or 2 collagen tripeptide types. MetaPWR Advantage contains 9 unique collagen types. Most collagen products feature the 1 or 2 collagen types most relevant to just skin and beauty. That affects elasticity, wrinkles, that kind of thing. MetaPWR Advantage features those types of collagen, but it also includes 7 other unique collagen peptide types. Remember, collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. There's actually over 28 known types. Supplementing with a wide range of diverse collagen types helps promote joint mobility, tissue strength, skin elasticity. So you get the beauty benefits, but you also recover faster from workouts. You gain an edge with flexibility in your joints, and you move with more ease, no matter your age. The other thing that makes doTERRA Advantage really unique is that it's activated by you. MetaPWR Advantage is a hydrolyzed powder format, and then you add it to water in your water bottle right before you consume it. Most prepackaged liquid collagens use a process to sterilize their water-based delivery system. So doing so eliminates the harmful bacteria in the liquid, but it also eliminates beneficial active ingredients like vitamins, flavonoids, and polyphenols. Despite this process of pasteurizing, they're actually less shelf stable than MetaPWR Advantage, which doesn't have that sterilization process. It also means that these liquid collagens are being shipped with heavy water around the globe, which increases carbon emissions. MetaPWR Advantage is delivered to you in this powder format for a more active and bioavailable delivery system at the time of taking it. So you just mix it with water immediately before you drink it. And generally it's an 8 ounce, but you can dilute it more. You can actually dilute it way down to just a shot if you want to do it that way. You're going to mix it with cool or room temperature water. As you're consuming it as a liquid, your body can easily absorb the stable, non-degraded nutrients without all the sugar content that accompanies a prepackaged juice format that you might find with another brand. So it's going to have much more value because it maintains those nutrients, and you get that absorption from the liquid when you activate it, but you're not shipping pasteurized nutrient void products, if that makes sense. I love it. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual source of collagen in your MetaPWR Advantage. doTERRA sources collagen from sustainably harvested cold water marine fish in exotic locations like Italy. And it is tested, this one product is tested more extensively for heavy metals than any other doTERRA supplement. Other collagen products on the market, whether from land or marine sources, typically contain tripeptide content of only 15 to 35%, whereas MetaPWR Advantage collagen is over 70% tripeptide fragments for super absorption. So let's look at the ingredients. Let's see, they're coming up. Okay, there we go. So if you start over on the left, right under the title there, you're going to see the marine collagen. You're going to see red orange fruit extract. Then you see that NMN that Crystal was telling us, that precursor to the NAD+ that helps us reduce the aging of our cells. You see NADH in there, hyaluronic acid, resveratrol. I need to, hang on, just move the chat box over so I can see the slide. We've got sea buckthorn fruit extract, rose apple fruit extract, phytoceramides. We've got liposomal vitamin C and biotin. Okay, safe, effective, and natural solutions don't have to break your budget. Yay, such good news. By combining all of these powerhouse ingredients in one product, doTERRA is actually simplifying your routine and saving you a lot of money. Do you see that on the screen? If you were to go and get all of those things individually, you'd be paying well over $300 for what you get for an $84.50 purchase. So do you remember those 4 metabolic health obstacles we talked about at the very beginning of this class? Maturing fat cells, cellular integrity. Whoops, we moved forward. I lost my list, but blood sugar spikes, inferior supplementation. Those were the 4. When combined with healthy lifestyle choices, this superior supplement system is one everyone can use to overcome those obstacles. The MetaPWR metabolic system is safe, effective, affordable, and really easy to use. So let's check out how people are feeling on the MetaPWR system with our next video.
Here's what I think is really cool about these products. They will support every person in going to their next level.
Throughout life, we're all going to face different challenges and struggles. And for me, what I realized that when life was hard, when I was struggling, I would go to food to comfort me. And the difference for me that I've realized is that I'm not going to the chocolates. I'm not going to the pizza.
I found that when I do have those cravings, just chewing the gum or grabbing a couple of beadlets completely takes that away. And it's even gotten to the point where things that I normally would enjoy are almost too sweet for me now. It's like my body has just realized that we don't need that level of sugar intake.
Even if you don't know what changes you want to make within your health, these tools are going to help your body go there.
One of the things I've loved about this experience has been the quicker recovery after exercise. I've noticed after lifting or running that I recover much quicker, and I've really felt a lot stronger in the gym. Exercise just feels easier and I feel ready for it. And I don't need as long of a recovery time, so I'm able to go back a lot sooner.
With MetaPWR, I have so much energy. I sleep so great. My body is listening and moving in ways that it hasn't in years.
I got the products during my trip that I take every summer out to see my family. We were staying up late playing night games with my family the night before at our family reunion and all of this stuff. And that whole next day on my drive home, I didn't have to stop and get any caffeine to help stay awake. Like, I just felt the sustained energy throughout that whole day when normally that would have knocked me out.
I'm so much happier during the day because I feel rested. I feel like my brain is actually functioning the way it's supposed to and I can think clearly.
My sugar cravings are down, and so I am enjoying food better, like real good food. And I literally feel young. I can't even put an age on it. I just feel young.
Okay, I know that was quite a bit of information and you might feel a little overwhelmed. So I want to break it down into 3 really simple steps so you can see how easy it is to incorporate these products into your life. Most people do begin to feel the benefits within a week or 2. I have actually been on MetaPWR for 2 weeks now, and I do feel more energy, more stamina, increased mental clarity, and also improved stabilized mood. So all of that is very exciting to me. I've been able to be more productive and, like Dr. Ashley Anderson said, just happier, feeling like my brain is doing what it's supposed to be doing and my body can do more. I want to actually exercise longer than I was able to before, and I still have energy. I'm not totally depleted afterward. Okay, so first, eat a well-balanced whole food diet. Add 1 or more of the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend products to your daily routine. Remember, there's 4 of them. So you can add the essential oil blend to your water bottle when you fill it up in the morning. You could take a soft gel with your morning and afternoon LLV packs. You kind of can stack those habits. You can pop a beadlet or a piece of gum in your mouth anytime cravings hit. So that will help take off the edge. Take 1 to 2 capsules of MetaPWR Assist 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal of the day. If you forget, or if you just prefer, you can take it with your food too. But for extra support, you could even take it with each meal of the day. So that will depend on your goals and how you feel doing that. I know people who, when they take it, and for myself too, and I take it 15 or 30 minutes before my largest meal of the day, I can't finish, like Tanya was saying, I can't finish as much as I might have before. It does actually help start kicking in that blood sugar balancing before I even start eating. And so I don't feel as hungry. I feel full faster at the point where I really should stop eating. So that's been exciting. And then once a day, or whenever you like, really any time of day, you can add 1 Advantage sachet to cold or room temperature water in a shaker bottle, or you can blend that up with an immersion blender or shake it in a water bottle even. It does dissolve pretty easily. If you are excited to be a super user, you can safely use MetaPWR Advantage 2 or even 3 times a day if you would like. So we talked about metabolic health, meaning that your body can digest and absorb nutrients without spikes in your blood sugar, blood fat, or insulin. And nutrition and metabolic support do really have to go hand in hand. We can't stress that enough. We know even the best diets are deficient in vital nutrients, though, and that is where the Lifelong Vitality Pack was created. It's created to fill in those nutritional gaps. MetaPWR can calibrate your health from the baseline of the doTERRA Wellness Lifestyle Pyramid with optimal nutrition and optimize your metabolism, curb cravings, and shed excess weight. So LLV and MetaPWR really are the perfect health and vitality pairing. This just is going to look like a sample daily schedule, what your routine may look like. It could, again, be different times of day for different people, but you could do a couple drops of the Metabolic Blend and Advantage. I do think they taste good together with water in the morning, and take your soft gel with LLV. Then with lunch, if that happens to be your largest meal, take the Assist. Again, the Metabolic Blend can be used throughout the day, the gum, the beadlets, whenever you have cravings, take your second dose of LLV. And then in the evening, your Assist could be taken with dinner. Again, if that's the largest meal of the day, or if they're both large meals, then take it both times. And your soft gel after dinner. And again, just through the evening, if you tend to snack or have dessert or things in the evening and you're trying to curb that, use that oil blend. Make sure you're just putting that to work. It will really help you. And as far as the Advantage goes, it listed in the morning. I know a lot of people like that. I was starting out that way. I've actually started doing it in the early to mid afternoon, because that's for me when I personally feel a little bit of a slump where I'm tempted to reach for caffeine or something. And so for me, that has been perfect time. I have felt much more energy throughout the part of the day in the afternoon when I normally would feel more tired. I've even heard some people say they take it in the evening and they sleep better taking it at night. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to increase your energy. Remember, it's about stabilizing your blood sugar, and that gives you sustained energy overall. So you might want to experiment with that and change that up. So the MetaPWR system is available now. Yay! For $179 wholesale, you can get all of the MetaPWR items. The individual items will not be available until November 1st. Let's talk about how you can get started. So every year after convention, doTERRA releases a lot of amazing products, and they're available in one post-convention kit. This includes all the new products at an incredible discounted bundle price. The new MetaPWR is part of this bundle, and it's a great way to get started. It gives you an opportunity to experience all the amazing new products we just got along with the MetaPWR line. I have mine right here. So get this box, all the new products are in it, and then the MetaPWR Advantage is boxed separately and comes with it. And if you also are listening to this, if you're listening to the recording later, or if you're live, we do have post-convention tours all over the country. You can check that out on doTERRA's website. That's another great way to learn more and experience a little bit more education and interactive time with all of these new products. If you don't yet have a wholesale membership, you can get started with MetaPWR for $179. Plus, that comes with a 1-year wholesale membership. That will save you $25 off the retail prices on your future orders for the next year. So you can do that. You can even add on LLV when you get started too. You can add on some discounted supplements. You can talk to your wellness advocate about those options if any of that is confusing. When you enroll as a new wholesale customer, you'll be able to set up your monthly order and earn 10% back in points on both orders. If you're not familiar with our subscription program called LRP, just again, talk to your wellness advocate about the benefit of ordering exactly what you need every month, and then you get points, and your points percentage will increase every few months, so that 12 months from now, you'll be earning 30% back in points that you can redeem in free products. And if you go ahead and set that up when you are enrolling, you'll get 10% back on your first order, as well as your first subscription order.
For those of you who are already wholesale members, so you can just you can log in and shop at that wholesale price, but you can save even more by adding the MetaPWR system to your loyalty rewards program subscription. So by adding the MetaPWR system to your LRP, then you can get the option to actually add other individual products as well at an even deeper discount. I'm not going to get into the details here for the sake of time, but go experiment with that and look at what you can do. Because if you are someone who wants to be a super user, or you have multiple people in your household using Advantage, starting in November, you'll be able to add another Advantage pack at a deeper discount as an add-on. Okay, so right here, you see that we have a challenge coming, a 30-day challenge coming up. This is going to be run on Facebook. And so we have a Facebook group. It's just a new group. We've been running it for about a week, and it is called Metabolic Makeover. So you might already be in that Facebook group, but if you're not, you see the link right there, or you can scan that QR code and it'll take you there. And I encourage you to join. Now we've got testimony, before and afters, amazing education in that group. There's a fantastic, just 10-minute summary of everything we've taught you today on the video that's pinned at the top of the group. You can always tag new people on there if you want to share MetaPWR with someone else. They don't have to have a wholesale account to come into that group and come learn. But in that group, we're going to run a 30-day Facebook or MetaPWR challenge on Facebook. So you can jump in, order your MetaPWR today, get it in time and start, and we'll be tracking along with each other. There's really great tools with a 30-day tracker and a weekly like journaling and all of that. If you get your product a little late, you can always go back and engage on those posts later on. It's totally fine, but we'd love to have you join us there. Okay, so this is a really great resource that doTERRA has provided to us for free. This is a course it's hosted on Teachable, and it's got modules. And if you're someone that likes to deep dive into the science, it's got all the science and all the research and all the things you can geek out on over there. Highly recommend it. It's free. Scan it, use this link, or we have it posted over in the Facebook group. Really fantastic information. Oh, it looks like Alicia just posted it in the chat too. Okay, and then we are coming to our end. So what I want to just emphasize to you is to please reach out to the wellness advocate that supports you. If you are brand new to learning about doTERRA, brand new to learning about MetaPWR, reach out to the wellness advocate that shared this webinar registration with you, that invited you into the Facebook group, or that first told you about MetaPWR. They're going to help you take your first steps to get the product. And we want you linked with them so that you have their support on your journey, and so that they get compensated for being your support person. So make sure you reach out to them today if you want to run on. Today's the day that it's available. So go get your kit ordered if you're excited to join us, but make sure you work with your personal wellness advocate, the person that's helping you. So thank you so much for everyone, or thank you so much for jumping on, everyone. And I think we'll probably end the recording, Crystal. Are we adding and then doing some questions? Q&A time?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, those who are watching the recording.